So, welcome to another exciting episode of IFP Connect. My name is Ahad, and I will be your host today. And featuring on our show today is a very special guest, all the way from the UK, Sanah Mehdi. And Sanah, who has recently won the national championship, playing a pivotal role with Karachi City in their dominance for this championship as an overall. So, Sanah, how are you today? And
Thank you for having me. And yes, I'm good,
yeah.
thank you. Very well. How about yourself?
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's honestly great to have you here. So, just to quickly dive into the questions. So before just how things have been, I want to just know that okay, we could clearly see how things were with Karachi City, how everyone played, and obviously the main focus is on you today. So I just want to know that can you kind of like tell us about your journey in football and coming all the way from the UK to play this tournament, but before that, how did you start playing and what were some of the key moments that shaped up your start of the career, or you could say where you were like, oh, football is the thing I want to do.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been playing from a young age. I
Okay.
grew up with three brothers, and yeah, my whole family played football. So I always was in the back garden with my brothers, uncles, dad, just playing. And yeah, I was kind of like the only girl that used to play on the street. And then around the age of 12, I was still really enjoying my football. So my dad thought it'd be a good time for me to maybe, join a girls team and play with girls basically. So yeah, I that's when I went for my trials at Burnley girls. I
Nice.
trained with them for a bit, and yeah, it went well. So I played with Burnley girls until the age of about 16. Um, and then I caught an injury, so I wasn't playing for about 2 years after that.
Hmm.
And then when I was 18, I started playing. I went into the women's game. Um, so yeah, that's basically how I started playing. It was just with my brothers
So
and my family.
of course,
Yeah,
it's a footballing family for sure. What I can clearly see, and that is something that obviously kind of plays a role in just having that effect on you. That it
yeah,
creates that buzz that you want to get into this
definitely.
game. And from
Yeah,
obviously, when we hear even Burnley, like Burnley's massive, like as a football club, as a club of heritage, like Burnley's very well known. So you gave your trials, as you said, in Burnley. So how was that experience like playing for Burnley itself? And in your youth, obviously, and then for the continuation, you went to Accrington's Stanley, I believe.
yeah,
So
that's right.
so, so yeah, till the age of 16, I just want to know how that helped you in developing as a player overall.
Definitely. Obviously, like I said, playing in the back garden and then actually going into playing
Yeah,
football at a proper team, it was a complete change. But I really enjoyed it. It helped me develop my skills significantly. I was playing a striker, so I was scoring goals. I was really enjoying myself. And yeah, it really increased my confidence. Until the age of 16. And then obviously, like I said, I took a break. And then when I was 18, I actually went into a local club, Burnley Belvedere. So that was very local to me. And I played there for about a year. And it was, like I said, ladies football. So it was, again, a complete change from playing with girls your age, now going into open age football, women's football.
100%.
Um, yeah, but I think it just developed me so much. I learned so much more about the game, and you know, playing with people older than you just learn so much. So it was great. And then going on to Accrington Stanley, like I said, that again, it just helped me develop again. It was a step higher from my local club. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed my time there. And yeah, it was really good. Really helped me develop.
Of course, and I guess it kind of just starts like with the basics, I guess, because of course playing with your brothers, then moving on to the other
Yeah,
clubs for a trial, and then obviously getting an injury, which was kind of a setback. But I think when we look at the bigger picture, you're like, oh, I still managed to play at this club. I still managed to pull off this match. I still went into an open age category. I think that plays a lot of role in where you wanted to go towards, regardless of the injury. So I think obviously that plays a really big role as countering it mentally. I guess.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
of course, then obviously, because for me, when I was obviously I'm here right now and my team is back in Islamabad, and when they were telling me that, Sanah came and for Karachi City and she's played for Burnley. And I was like, oh, Burnley, like that's crazy because normally you don't hear of the bigger clubs. You have certain players who are playing at in in bigger clubs, obviously, in terms of obviously football. But Burnley is something different. It's a Premier League club. It's played in the Premier League, so it's massive. So
Yeah,
a big up on that for sure. And then obviously
thank you.
moving to Accrington.
Yeah,
But now I just want to jump towards. So we've covered the past, now the present. So obviously, firstly, congratulations on joining how's it pronounced, Chorley or
yeah,
Charlie?
Chorley women. Yeah, yeah.
So they're playing fourth division as of now, and I wanted to know, or I wanted to get the idea of what kind of football is happening over there, and what basically influenced your decision into joining them. Like, how did that happen?
This podcast has been powered by Maidan. Maidan is a pickup app you can use to play football near you. To quickly go over some of its features, the Match tab will enlist all the relevant details for you like the location and the time. Lineup टैब में आपको confirmed players की list, उनकी peer-to-peer ratings और उनके individual statistics भी नजर आएंगे. You can use this tab to join the team. Ground tab में आपको pitch information भी मिल जाएगी. Head over to the Wall tab to interact with the team. The Maidan app also has a create feature which you can use to book yourself a match anywhere and also to find yourself a team. The chat feature allows you to speak to other players. Your match stats can be found underneath the stats tab on your profile. हर मैच के बाद आपको एक पोस्ट मैच एनालिसिस का ऑप्शन मिलेगा जिसमें आप हर प्लेयर को रेट कर सकते हैं. Maidan app also offers you benefits like cashbacks and live bookings are set to be introduced soon. ये ऐप सिर्फ प्लेयर्स नहीं बल्कि ग्राउंड मैनेजर्स को भी cater करती है. They can use the Maidan dashboard to schedule and keep track of matches. So what are you waiting for? Use the pickup app and find yourself a team, a slot, and go play football, even if your friends are too busy.
So the football wise, like I said, it's level four. So Accrington were previously level six, I believe. So it
Hmm.
has been a two-tier jump. And like I said, the foot you can tell like the football is a lot better. It's higher intensity. The
100%.
overall quality of the game is it is a lot better. Um, so that kind of influenced my decision in itself. Like you want to push yourself, you want to go on to play at better levels, better leagues with better
100%.
players. And when I pushed myself in trialing out for them, and um, in hopes to make the squad, and which I have done, thankfully. So I'm really excited for it. It's going to be a new challenge. It's all to work for, and I think yeah, I'm really excited to challenge myself, push myself, and hopefully do well there.
Yeah, of course, because this is going to be your first time as an experience on playing at such a level, even if it's tier four, but it's still something completely new to you. I think obviously it
Yeah,
puts you in a completely new dynamic. It's exciting. It brings out a lot of challenge in you. So I feel like considering the again, so just to kind of like recap again from all the way from the trials to playing at your background to now this, I think it's phenomenal at this point because it's you don't really see the 2 years in between that were missed. You will see, oh, this is kind of like your comeback
yeah,
story. It's
yeah,
definitely on the
definitely.
rise. So
Yeah,
now, of
definitely.
course, the question I guess everyone has, and probably for me, who obviously I was aware of it for quite a while, but I didn't exactly know. So obviously played for Karachi City in the Women's National Championship in Pakistan, and you obviously scored in the final as well. I'm not even going to go in the before the goals because I've honestly lost count at this point. And I'm just going to give credit to the final score, like the final goal, because obviously that was in itself the rain, the ground, the Jinnah Stadium, because that's where the national team plays. And
Yeah.
so the kind of the question that I guess everyone has is how did you find yourself to be in Karachi City in the first place? Like, how did that happen? And then overall, we spoke before, and you told me that it was coming to Pakistan after a while. Like, so how was that overall experience for you?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how I found myself playing for Karachi City. It was very quick. It wasn't like a very planned thing. I think I had, as far as I'm aware, I had a few different clubs, offers, and then we have a family friend, Uncle Fazil, and he owns Spartak FC in Pakistan, and I think he knew one of the
Oh,
coaches in Karachi. Well, I think Sanah, I think he's a national team coach.
yeah,
Anyway, basically through mutual friends in a sense. And I think I had a few videos up, and through there, I think Karachi City, invited me, and I was more than excited to go down, and yeah, I think that's how it came about.
and just
Yeah,
generally being in Pakistan after a while, let's say, so how was that like? And just generally,
yeah,
what was the yeah, yeah. Like
yeah, I
just
really enjoyed it. I think it was, I haven't been there for a while. But I think, I really enjoyed Islamabad. The people were really nice. My teammates, coaches, they made me feel so welcome at home. Um,
Hmm,
I, I
definitely.
I really enjoyed the whole experience. It was really good. The weather, yeah, it was amazing.
Of course, and it just generally, just to add like a small question. Of course, we know that the level of difference between the football happening in the UK and the football happening in Pakistan is like very different. Obviously because Pakistan football is in a very peculiar situation right now. But like, how did
Yeah.
you see yourself to adapt in that situation? Because it was completely different to what you were playing back home.
Yeah, definitely. There is a difference in the quality. You're right. But there was some brilliant players that was playing around me.
100%.
They were good. They had good talent, and I fitted in. I tried to focus on my game, and try to play the best that I could play.
False nine.
So yeah, that yeah, false 9-8, whatever it was. But whichever position I got put in, I was happy to play that, and like I said, I really enjoyed it, and there is some great talent in Pakistan with the girls. So yeah, it was good.
100%. 100%. And obviously, because I personally want to thank you for coming as well, because I guess this kind of shows that, people are starting to take interest in Pakistan football. I feel the climb for the women's, well, I've started to say soccer a lot. It's football. Uh,
Yeah.
I'll probably get slandered in the UK, but but like just to kind of say, I guess it's kind of good that you and the and we've seen a couple more diaspora players coming in, and they played this tournament, and that elevated the level of the tournament a lot, if that makes sense, because
Definitely.
it puts a lot of eyes on Pakistan football. That players are coming in from all the way from the UK and we're not to play this tournament. The level of the tournament and the football situation in Pakistan, that's a separate topic. But the fact that you guys came, I feel like that deserves an applaud on its own. So now, I guess the big question has been answered, but now we move forward. 1 month SAFF championship. So, of course, being selected for the national team camp is obviously a significant or a huge milestone on its own. It's a great achievement. But but just to kind of ask yourself, how did you feel when you got that call up? And just generally, now that the call up is there, so what are you expecting out of it? With the coach, with now the national team, it's now no, it's not blue anymore, it's green. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I just it's like a dream, isn't it? You don't ever think that you'll be playing for your national team, or that you'd be in a position like this. And I'm very grateful that I've been called up to the camp to train, and yeah, it's such an honor really, and I'm really excited just to train and um, play for Pakistan. It's just, yeah, it's there's really no words for it, but it's a really
obviously.
exciting chapter, and yeah, I'm just really excited, just to train, work hard, give it my all, and represent my country.
That's honestly amazing because I guess when it comes to national duty, I guess international football is really different from club football because in club football it's always up and down. But when it comes to the national team, it's the only way is up, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
just generally speaking about the national team, of course, you were surrounded by a lot of national team players. So
yeah,
how is it like adjusting with those national team players because you just came in, completely
yeah,
different football. That's a completely
yeah,
different football happening at Karachi City because obviously you
yeah,
can see that you have some of the main players in that squad. Then you're playing also against some of the players who are also in the national team. I believe when you had the final, so you were playing against around about eight national team players, and then you were playing also like with eight national team players. So how is
yeah.
that like?
You know what?
Especially,
It's crazy because I just fit in straight away. Like I think the girls were just so welcoming. They were so open. They made me feel like I said, like at home straight away.
yeah,
It was difficult being away from home. In Pakistan without my family for 2 weeks, but with the support of the
100%.
girls, it was just made it easy. And I never expected it to some extent. I thought that at first it will be a bit difficult. Um, just because I haven't been to Pakistan in so long. I hadn't met any of the girls
100%.
before, but
100%.
it was really easy. They were really, welcoming, really supportive, and the coaches as well. So yeah, it was good. And then obviously playing with them and playing against national team players, it was exciting. It was a good challenge in the
100%.
final. I enjoyed it. It's what you want. You want to be playing against good players and with good players. So um,
Yep.
it was good.
That brings me to an actual bonus question. So, what was going on in your mind when, Soha was taking the corner kick and it just somehow came to you? Like, what was going on in that moment?
Honestly, I just thought like just hand around the edge over here. If the ball comes, you just gonna shoot and you may hit the net. That's all I was thinking. And
Oh,
the corner came
yeah,
in, and I thought I was thinking it might be a bit of a outswinger. If I'm being honest, so that's why I held my position at the edge. But it just
100%.
fell to me, and I just shot,
Because,
and it went in. So
because honestly, like for myself, like I was watching it on stream and I was like, how did you balance and like how are you guys playing in that amount of rain? It was just crazy because at that point it was just like raining cats and dogs and to still play at that, with that ball
yeah.
control and with positioning yourself like that, it takes a lot. So
Well, towards
100%
the
like
end, I wouldn't be so sure about that, but towards the end, it was horrific. The ball was not moving on the ground. But no, like I said,
just just another
it was
just
part of
another
the experience.
just another it's just another Sunday in the UK, so
Yeah,
I guess
yeah, true. It's funny because I was saying to the girls before the game, I was like, I kind of hope it rains because I prefer playing in the rain. And it was way too hot
obviously
throughout the whole
100%.
tournament. So, but then I kind of regretted it when it was raining that much. I was like, I was not expecting this.
Of course, a good reminder of home, considering you were so
Yeah,
homesick. So just to
yeah,
kind of cover up things, so we again the national championship, Burnley, Accrington, Chorley. So looking back at some of this, this career and some of these moments and this comeback. So what is the one thing that you're probably the most proud of out of all of these things?
you know, there's a lot of things that have happened, in my time playing. But I think overall, I think what I'm most probably proud of is, just the fact that there isn't many Asians that play, many hijabis, especially within the UK. And I think, representing them and, playing, breaking them barriers, showing other young girls that, it's okay to play football if you want to play. There's opportunities out there. Um, just being a role model for them. I think that's my biggest
100%.
achievement. I've had so many nice messages over the last few weeks, or even over the last year or two, just of how people have felt inspired and you know, they've found that it's okay if they want to play, and they've been looking up to me, and stuff like that. It really just makes you really proud, and it almost drives you as well, that you want to continue playing, not just for yourself but for other young girls, and be a role model for them.
100%. And I guess considering the stereotypes with South Asian football players and then the women community overall, I guess it sets an
Definitely.
example that they're definitely gonna remember the name now. And it's a huge achievement overall. I think it transcends football itself, I believe, like because you get to kind of explain or you get to show your belief through the sport that so many other people take inspiration for because they're just not ready to take that step. But the fact that you
Yeah,
did now puts them in that position that, if you had to take three steps in order to get here, now they'll have to take only one. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
something that only I guess it kind of you get to have the bragging right for that. So that's
yeah,
wonderful to honestly hear. So now I'm just gonna
yeah.
do
And
a
of
quick
course,
wrap. Yeah, yeah,
sorry, no, I was obviously going to say it comes with, like, with myself, with the support of family and everything. So I just want to, put it out there as well. Like, without that support system around you, I wouldn't also be able to break them barriers. So yeah,
100%. And I guess
yeah,
that's the most important lesson that I think families and people who want to encourage or empower the female community or the female players in the households to kind of get out and play. And I guess that
yeah.
sets a lot of example for them as well. So now just to go on a quick rapid fire. Favorite football club,
Manchester United,
favorite player,
Cristiano Ronaldo,
morning training or evening training,
evening training all day.
favorite teammate at Karachi City,
So favorite.
teammate at Karachi City.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot there. I can't choose one.
You're not going to choose anyone. It's a rapid fire. You have to be
They were
quick.
all really, they
Okay,
were all really
the
nice. I can't choose. I can't choose.
funniest player in the Karachi
Sorry,
City
go.
squad.
Sorry, the connection's a bit bad.
Funniest player in the Karachi City squad.
Funniest. Oh, there was a few. There was Nisha, Nadia. They were they were all funny.
Okay, last minute assist or last minute goal?
Last minute goal.
Hmm. Would it be a volley or would it be a long ranger?
Uh, a volley.
Describe your playing style in one word.
I don't know. Skillful. I don't know.
Favorite
Attacking.
jersey number.
Attacking.
Favorite jersey number.
Seven. Seven.
Hmm. Biggest inspiration.
Biggest inspiration.
God.
Footballing wise or general? I don't know.
General.
General. Well, my father.
Favorite hobby off the pitch.
Hobby off the pitch. I don't have any other hobbies, just football.
Hmm. You, I guess that kind of sums up a lot of things apart from I'm just upset on the Cristiano part. I guess
Yeah.
I I I think Messi is clearly the better player, but it's okay. We all
No.
have our
No.
differences.
We all have
Um,
our own choices, right?
100%. But Sana, honestly, it was great to have you today. And generally, I guess just something from myself, from a player who probably Islamabad or anyone in the national championship wasn't expecting out of, because obviously nobody knew you were coming. And then obviously now you get to leave a name that has bragging rights all over it. So having a goal in the final, playing through, getting your call up for the SAFF camp for the national team, I think, you know, that just shows the only way is up. And personally, as a football fan, it makes all of us really happy that, you know, you're coming in, you're representing the team. It elevates the level, with everyone around, because when good players play with good players, they become better players. It's very simple. And the
Yeah.
fact that you decided that you still wanted to go through despite the setbacks that you faced with the injury, with, so many things. It could have been just not only injuries, it could have been so many other things. It could have been the same thing that you were saying for, how South Asian football players, they've always had it more difficult. So I actually, would like to thank you for, breaking down each of those stereotypes, and, even for just taking out the time to speak about them here. And it's been wonderful to have you.
No, thank you so much, Alexa. Thank you for Pakistan, Karachi City, for having me and yourselves on this
I
podcast. Thank you guys so much. Yeah.